week's vlog, I wanted to take you along for a couple of days with me and show you how I try and balance my work and home life as a small business owner, because this can be quite hard to do and to create a separation between the two. So each morning I kind of start my day the same. I get myself ready and then first thing it's off out for a walk with my dog Maggie, and I absolutely love this as a way to clear my brain and just do something nice and see the daylight before I actually start my work day. I'm lucky that I live by a lake, which I didn't manage to get to on this morning because it was just too muddy. I had a little bit of a walk and then it was into the studio, which I have to admit is a bit of a mess at the moment. We'll tackle that later on. I get my workstation all set up for the day. Crucially, turn the heating on as it can get quite chilly in my studio, and then set about making a plan for the day so I can really get clear on what my daily plan is and really stay focused with the time I've got to spend on work. So this is a finished daily plan, and first up is my business coaching.
Because this is the next shift in technology, and I really feel as a business owner we want to be embracing it now.
Hi everyone, and welcome to another studio vlog. My name's Emma if you haven't joined me before, and I run a company called Sunshine Lane, and I create stationery and gifts that encourage self-care and spread positivity and joy. One of the things about running my own business that I really love is the flexibility, and that in theory you can balance work and personal life because you've got much more flexibility in terms of time and creating your own schedule. However, if you're not careful, work takes up all of the schedule and personal life just goes out of the window. So I've been focusing a lot more on trying to get a good work-life balance, and I thought I would take you along with me for a couple of days to show you how I'm doing that. So I've made myself a little plan for the day. I've done my business coaching, which I love doing every Tuesday, and just thinking about the future of my business and where it's going to go, making plans, all that good stuff. And now I need to sort out my office. That is absolutely next on the list. I'm waiting for a really important call about an exciting collaboration opportunity, which I can't tell you about just yet. But at some point I might get that phone call, which is why I've got my AirPods in. And then at 1 o'clock until about 4 o'clock, our social worker is visiting because we are in the process of trying to adopt. And over the next sort of 8 weeks, we've got a visit a week for up to 3 hours. So that's obviously quite a big chunk of time. So I've planned my day so that I'm working this morning, and then I've just blocked out 1 till 4 for our social worker to visit. And then after that, I'm going to catch up on a little bit of journaling because I think I'll need a bit of a brain break. I'll probably be quite fried after 3 hours of talking about me and my relationship and my life and etc. So yeah, I plan to do like a nice self-care activity. And then it's pancake day. So we'll be making pancakes, and then I will circle back and do a little bit of work later on. So that's the plan for today. I've got my schedule, I've got my to-do list, I've written them in a priority order because I'm aware that I might not get through them all. But first things first, at the top of today's list is sorting out the studio. Something I have been putting off since I got back from Top Drawer, which was a month ago. And it's a complete disaster, and I feel really disorganized in my head, like everything's a jumble. I've been struggling to focus, and I think everywhere I look is chaos, and it's just hard to get in a focused mindset. So instead of letting it all build up, I need to create some order. So let me see, I might set myself a timer for like an hour max and see how much I can get done. So this is the current state of the place. My desk is quite messy. This area is just a disaster. These are all the big boxes and things I bought back from Top Drawer. They all need putting away. This middle island has become a dumping ground. I do have a little station set up here. I've got my 2 photography lights, and I'd set up a little area because I was doing some new product photos. So that's probably going to stay, but I'm just going to organise it, but get everything else sorted. And I don't think it's as bad as it looks. But let's crack on and get everything tidied. So change of plans, I did about 20 seconds of tidying, and then I had that phone call. Can you tell by the way I'm talking? I think my coffee's just kicked in. I had that phone call, which was really exciting. I hate talking on the phone, but I make it work when it's for the business. But now I need to respond and follow up with a few things that are needed today. So I want to do that first, because obviously the social worker visit's going to take out my afternoon. I've only got an hour and 25 till the social worker comes. So I'm going to quickly do some stuff on my computer to do with this collaboration, and then we'll go back to sorting. So the social worker's been and gone. It's now nearly 5 o'clock, and I decided to come in for the day because it is really cold out there now. It's got to that time of day where it is, getting really chilly now the sun's going down, and especially with all the rain. So I have brought in some laptop jobs, so the things on the rest, this is Maggie by the way. So I have a couple of reels that I want to put together, one to post now and one to post tomorrow. And then I've got a bunch of emails to go through, and I've also got some new product photos to edit that I didn't finish on Friday. So that's my plan for the next couple of hours before we have pancakes later on, because it's pancake day. So I am just going to cozy up inside where it's nice and warm and do some jobs that I can do on my phone and my laptop. morning everyone, it is Wednesday, another chilly day outside. You can see it's all like steamy condensation on the inside of the studio, but I'm here in my thermal shirt and I'm quite cosy because I popped out and put the heater on before I came out so it warmed up a little bit. I am tired today. I think the social work visit yesterday really tired me out. It's crazy how much it tires you out just having to be like on and chatting for like up to 3 hours. So yeah, I did enjoy my pancakes last night. I was planning on going to the gym this morning, but that hasn't happened because I've woken up feeling like I've pulled my shoulder blade. My lower back's really sore. It's taken me ages to get myself together. It's been a much slower start to the day. And I think, that's not the body to go and work out with because of my fibromyalgia, so we've skipped that. I haven't even done my dog walk this morning. I'm going to do the afternoon walk instead, and my husband's going to do the morning walk. So just kind of shifted things about depending on how I'm feeling. I'm all fingers and thumbs this morning. I've already smashed a bowl in the kitchen, so that's annoyed me. Then I've had to get the hoover out, clean all that up. So yeah, I think I made the right decision. I can tell that my body's giving me the warning signs like, you're doing a bit too much at the moment. So it's going to be a much slower start to the day. I've made a little coffee, let me show you. We recently went on a latte art course and every time I have a coffee, I'm practicing doing it. But to my defense, they did say that whole milk is the best milk to do it with and plant-based milks are really hard. And I use oat milk, so that's my excuse. Don't think I've quite got it this morning. Let me show you. This isn't quite the pretty tulip I was hoping for, but it's something. It was a little bit more defined than that, but the wobbling over here was enough to make it even more of a blob. So I still feel like I've treated myself, so I'm gonna have a bit of breakfast, drink my coffee, and first on the list for today is I want to get all my products on TikTok. I have a love-hate relationship with TikTok and I need to turn it into a love relationship with TikTok. And I have some of my stickers on there and like my spinner ring, a few other odd products, but I want to make sure all my products are on my TikTok shop because someone might come and look at it having seen like a sticker or something, and I've already had a few comments saying where's this, where's that, and it's not in my TikTok shop, and I've said, oh, you can purchase it on my website, and people have lost interest by then. So I am going to sit and just get all those products uploaded and have a nice sit down start to the day before I move on to orders. So let's do it. So when I started, I was copying over my products one by one onto the seller center for the TikTok shop. And I was thinking to myself, this is fine, but there must be a quicker way to do this. So I had a look in the help center and found a video on TikTok's batch upload tool, and it's a spreadsheet that you download and you fill the products in on there. Jury's out if this is any quicker, to be honest, on my experience. But I managed to at least get my pins on there, and then because I had some product photos that I took last week that I hadn't finished editing the photos, I went over to my little cozy corner and started to edit all of those photos. I edit my photos in Photoshop Express. I really love just the workflow of that on my iPad and how I can do everything I want really quickly on there, and it's totally free, so I really love using it. So I went through and just did little tweaks to each photo until I was happy. Something that bugs me is always how the ring light reflects on my nails and leaves like a circle of light. And so I always try and take that out, even though it's just a little thing that only I would probably notice. And then when I'm finished making the changes to each one, I just export it and move on to the next one. So I did this for loads of new photos. And then I actually attended a webinar run by TikTok on their TikTok shop and how to get started on there, hoping that I would pick up some tips along the way. Hey everyone. I am not having my favourite day today. I spent so long today trying to get stuff sorted on TikTok, filling in the little spreadsheet so I could bulk upload, and then I did a load of photo editing of new product photos I took so that I could put them on TikTok. Came to 2 o'clock. I attended a webinar run by TikTok on setting up your TikTok shop. So I thought this will be useful. Obviously I've done the beginning bit, but I'll see if there's anything I don't know, blah, blah, blah. Turns out they've got a new feature where you can just sync your Shopify with TikTok. You don't have to upload all the products. Now I'm glad I'd only done the pins and a couple more things and I hadn't got any further with it and wasted my time. But I've now messed about trying to get that integration working and it isn't. So it's just one of those days where I feel like I'm banging my head against a brick wall. It's 3:15. I'm like, what have I really achieved that I can see? And I have achieved a lot when you break it down, but I'm just not seeing any results. So I'm leaving TikTok alone. I've emailed them for support with it and we'll see what they say, see if someone can help me make it work. So I don't have to upload all my products individually. That would be really, really lovely. And let me know if that's something you're interested in, and when I figure it out, if you want me to cover it on this channel, do let me know in the comments. But now, because I'm feeling frustrated, I feel like what is going to boost my mood is having a proper organised and finishing, tidying up my studio, and then I've got a couple of wholesale orders to pack, which is nice. So I'm gonna maybe put a nice podcast on and just dig into the cleanup. So let's hope that helps. See, I knew that would work out. I am now feeling so much better. I feel like I've achieved things. My husband just came over and I wasn't even finished yet and he was like, oh wow, it looks so tidy in here. I was like, yes it does. So it's 4:10 now, so not bad. So I'm going to show you my progress and then we'll pack these orders, which is the last thing. And then I am going to go for a lovely walk around the lake. I messaged my mum and I was like, are you Valentine's in? Because it's Valentine's Day today. She said, no, I'm not really doing anything. I don't like going out on Valentine's Day. It's always so busy. So I'm sure we'll do something nice later. But so do you want to go for a walk around the lake? Do you want to join me? So I feel good now because I wanted to go for a walk around the lake. It's like a really nice mental health walk at the end of the day. But now I've got my mum coming with me, so it'll be lovely company. Let me show you. the progress. So like I said before, I've put this unit in the window. I'm liking that now. I've put a few bits and bobs that were elsewhere. So I've got a little cozy lamp if I'm in here when the sun starts going down, a little picture, plant. This I picked up at the weekend. How cute is it? It's a seconds one, but I can't see what's wrong with it. It's from an artist I found in Ludlow, which is a town close to us. So if I can find it, I'll link it below. Really beautiful illustrations. And then I've got my little fried egg dish that I made last year. I put it there for my keys, but my key ring's really big compared to the egg. So jury's out on whether they'll actually live in there. Then I've got my little cozy chill area. And behind me in the middle section is my little island. So this pile of stuff here needs to go back in the house. And these desks were at standing height because I was doing new product photos and it was just much easier on my back. I've left a few of the bits out and just pushed the lamp to one side because I've got some more to do this week and I can't be bothered with packing the lamp down. It just seems pointless. So I've just tidied it and bundled everything together. This little beanbag, sometimes my dog Maggie sleeps here and watches out in the garden, or sometimes she sleeps on this little cushion next to me. So that's why they're just randomly on the floor. I haven't just forgot that bit. My desk is so much tidier. I'm really not happy about these cables, but there's a lot of things charging at the minute and I'm just going to have to live with it. So I've got my lovely wax melt lamp on. That's really cozy. My label maker's on an angle. I got my lovely little inspo board and it's got bits and bobs that some of you have sent me as well. I have got, keyboard, little computer station, which is where I do most of my work. My vision board up here still and my calendar. And then next to my calendar, I've popped up my self-care menu that I created in my Skillshare class. I'll leave a link down below. You can do it during a free trial and it walks you through how to put through a self-care menu of your own. So across the top, it's got different areas of self-care. So physical, emotional, social, and meaning, like adding meaning in your life. And then down the side is the amount of time you might have available. So I picked 5 minutes, 30 minutes, 1 hour, half a day, and a full day. And then I've got some things that I like to do that I can pick from in each of the sections. So yeah, I'll link that down below, but I found that and put that back up on my wall because it's a really good reminder. And then my desk space in general is just so much clearer. Like this section here was just a pile of notebooks and papers, and I've really pared things back, had a bit of a rearrange. So I've just put like my pens that I would grab here, like all just black and blue pens. Then I've got like different fancier pens, and I'm going to put some of my stickers on the side of this. And then I've just, at the minute, got my daily planner, a little notepad. I'm going to put my bullet journal in here. It's in the house at the minute. And then in this thing at the end, this is my notebook I use for my business coaching. So everything's all together. And then I've just got some folders with stuff for projects I'm working on. So I'm really happy that that's tidier and I don't feel like I'm being buried while I work. I just pushed a few bits of extra furniture I wasn't using under here. And then I put my big fan under here. This is a really odd space. So I've utilised it by putting my bags for my tripod, my lights. That's a bag for another light. And then I've put my fan in the corner because I'm not going to need that again, probably for quite a while. So I think when the seasons change over, I'll get the fan out and put the heaters down there. And then this little poofy thing, this little footstool, came with me to top drawer. I don't know what I'm going to do with it yet. It's cute though. It's like a little yellow flower. And then around here is just my printers. I do want to get some different bins because right now, like, I use these tiny little bins for my recycling and things, and they're just a pain. I kind of want to get some like tall, skinny ones that live over here where I actually produce the most rubbish. But this is a banner that I took to top drawer if you saw that video. And I'm toying with putting it on this wall rather than just shoving it in a cupboard, just to add some Sunshine Lane fun to the studio. So let me know what you think. I might experiment with that. And then in my sort of cupboard of doom, it is a lot more organised. Let's actually put the light on. It's a lot more organised. So these are the units that I took to top drawer. One's an empty box because obviously it's out in the office. Then these are like big signs I took to top drawer, little signs, market displays. I've got my old Plan Inspire Create banner. I can't bear to put it in the bin, so it's still there. And I have a little trolley. Then down here I have my big trolley. And then I've just utilised these shelves that used to have my printers on for extra paper. There's a spare printer down there. So it's a tiny little cupboard, and maybe over time I might put some shelves up to make it more functional. But right now it just houses all the things that I don't really need very often. And then the last thing is my packing area, which to be fair wasn't that messy. These are some orders I'm going to do now. My gloves, but I'm actually quite warm after that. Just some bits and bobs over here that I need for orders. And yeah, it's quite tidy around here. Anyway, this doesn't look the nicest, but obviously it's the most functional when I'm packing orders to be able to just grab stuff. These are for an order I'm going to pack now. And then I've just got my little bits and bobs that I use for packing orders. And can you believe it? It has just started raining. I thought, what is that noise? It's rain. I really hope it stops because I was really looking forward to that walk around the lake, and it might end up being a shorter one, but 4:20, I'd really like to get these 2 orders done by 5 o'clock. I might be pushing it with them being wholesale orders. I always think I can do it, and then it's the weighing and measuring and doing the postage that I never take into account, but let's try my best. So that's the end of my 2 days with me. I really hope you enjoyed this vlog and seeing how I try to balance work and home. It's not always the easiest thing to do, and I think especially when you have a chronic illness, and obviously I wasn't expecting to wake up today feeling so rubbish, but you work around it. I think that's probably the theme of this video. I had plans, other things cropped up, and I just had to reprioritize, readjust, and carry on and do the best you can with what you've got at any particular moment in time. I think it's a true reflection of running a small business that things don't always go to plan, and you need to be able to kind of adapt and adjust in the moment, know what your priorities are, and just be able to go from there. Particularly for me at the moment, for us as a family, like there's a lot going on with the adoption application and things. And so it's a busy but fun time, and I think I'm really trying to make sure that I'm creating those pockets of time for me. Like being able to do that walk around the lake was really, really good. I'm trying to get up and get moving more, and so even though it was rainy and muddy and slushy, I wanted to go all the way around and just really make the most of it. So if you have any tips for how you manage work and home, let me know in the comments. Do like the video and subscribe if you're not a subscriber already. It's really helping my channel to grow since I've switched to doing studio vlogs. I really, really appreciate it, and I appreciate you for watching these vlogs and following me on this journey. So that's it for today, and I will be back very soon with another video. Bye everyone!